Is StreetSpotr really a way to earn easy money from your phone, or is it a waste of time? My name is Michael and I love testing different ways to make some extra money, and many viewers have asked me about this particular app, so therefore I decided to test it. And in this StreetSpotr review, I'll give you an inside look, show all the pros and the cons, because let me just reveal right away that it has both, and you need to consider both to find out if this is the right opportunity or not. So let's start by going over the basics of StreetSpotr. And StreetSpotr is an app you can download both for iOS devices and for Android devices. So that's really great. I love when apps are available for both devices, but you cannot use it on a computer. You need a phone for these type of tasks. And from what I've been able to find out, it is available, or you can actually download it from most countries. However, most tasks seems to be available in Europe. You might once in a while be able to find tasks other places, but I cannot guarantee that. But if you have already used it or are going to use it, live somewhere else, or also if you live in Europe, please share below exactly which country you live in, if you've been able to find any tasks or how much the tasks pay and all that. That would definitely be great to hear about the experiences in different parts of the world. But anyways, the idea is that you will do these different spots, as they call it. You can see some examples there if you look on a card, and then you can find different tasks. This can be, for example, to take pictures. You need to go to certain locations. That's important to understand. This is one of the apps where you need to go to specific places. For example, sometimes you're asked to take a picture of a certain setup in a shop, or to do a location-based survey or something like that. It's often used by companies that need to have things checked in certain locations, and then they're willing to pay us to do this. But let me log in, and then I can show you more about how it works. So I have now logged into the StreetSpotr app, and you can see on the dashboard, there's just it's easy to see the ones that you kind of have access to, or the ones you reserved and what is available. And you can search for your current location, or you can search for a different location. I just tried to search for a place in Germany because I know in general they have a lot of different options in Germany. So I just tried to show that there. You can also look at the map, and then you can see, but I've blurred some of the information because in general, when it comes to things like that, some of it like mystery shopping jobs, they don't want us to publicly show the different companies that hire me, anything like that. So that is blurred out, just so you're aware. But you can also see that there are some tasks depending on it, but this was just to show you how it then will look. I can't click and show the exact details, but you see it says also there's like 117 more spots. So there are a lot in certain locations, but they don't want us to show the exact details, but you would need to click one of them to just see the details if you want to. But you can see here how much you will get. You will also get some extra points there, which can be great because that can help you to be able to reserve more spots. Because when you first join, you can reserve 5 spots, meaning like 5 tasks, but you can get up to, when you earn these different points, then you can earn enough to get a higher membership level, you can call it, and reserve up to 20 spots, so you can have more tasks reserved, which can give some advantages. And you can see here it gives like €3 for this task, 4.5. So in my experience, often between 2 and 5 euros per task. Whether it's then worth it or not, that is something we'll talk about a little bit later. But this is how you find the task. You just need to then click one of them, read the exact description of what you need to do, and then you can reserve it. And then you, of course, need to make sure to complete the task within the deadline, if there is a deadline. And then within 12 hours after I've completed a spot, you need to upload the proof and everything you need to upload. And then they will need to check it. And usually that check will be within 7 days. So that's just very important to remember, that you need to upload whatever you've done to prove it or so within 12 hours. And then there's a little wait, but we'll also talk more about then when will you then get your money and how can you get paid, because that's of course very important to consider also. So if you go to the FAQ section and read about when you get paid, then you can see the exact information. And they say they will pay you as quickly as they can, but that doesn't mean it will be fast. Let me just reveal that right away, because as you can see, you need to upload whatever documentation you need, as I explained. And then it says that it can take up to 7 days for them to actually approve it. And then after that, you see, and then after that, you need to go inside the app and actually request a payment. And then usually within 30 days, you will then get paid. So in my opinion, it's a very slow process because fair enough, they need to check it. But then after that it can take up to 30 days to process it. That's just, that's too slow in my opinion. It's okay, we can live with it, but I think it could be better, but it's also up to. So, maybe you're lucky, you will get paid faster. If you have been paid by them, please share below how long it took them. But what you also need to be aware of, as you can see, you can only get paid via PayPal. They also say that very clearly if you go here to the FAQ section that says that you can only use StreetSpotr with a PayPal account. So you need a PayPal account to be able to get paid. But then there's not a payout threshold you need to earn, but you need to have the task approved and then you need to request a payout and then it can take up to 30 days. So that's just how the process works and you just need to be aware of that. So to sum it all up, I think StreetSpotr can be an interesting way to earn a bit extra, but it is only in certain countries and in certain cities that you will find a good amount. But if you live in a city where there's a lot of tasks or spots, as they call it, it can be worth keeping an eye on. But the thing is that you always need to consider the time it takes to also get to the location. If you live close to many of the spots, if you're out and about anyways, and you find a few tasks, then it doesn't take a lot extra to just do a few tasks. But if it's something you drive around to get to locations or take public transportation or whatever, you spend money on maybe the transportation. Also, you spend quite a bit of time to get to and from the locations. And then, for example, if you get €3 for a task, then it might actually lose your money and if you're not careful. So that's just something to be aware of. So something like this in general, in my opinion, is only worth it if you happen to be close to something when you're going somewhere anyways. But to drive around to do it, you need to plan carefully to actually make it worth it, in my opinion and experience anyways. But now at least you know what to expect and then you can decide for yourself whether it's right for you or not. But if you want to use other options where you don't have to go to certain locations, then I will leave links below to more information about, for example, the top get paid to site and service sites in specific countries. I have a long overview of different countries where you can find the best one for your country on my website. So I'll leave that below so you can go there and check that out. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you. And if it did, then make sure to hit the like button and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I see a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.